we'll just see though. I got to go back and talk with the team and see what makes the most sense. That's really all it boils down to. I'm very disciplined in the sport of boxing, in life in general. It's getting to that point, but if it makes sense, it makes sense. The numbers, I know when the numbers come out, the numbers did very well. The gate did very well. I proved that I'm a draw in the sport of boxing. I proved that the people want to see me. They come out, they support.
The same thing that we talked about we were going to do in the DMs before you picked your man.
2026, we're doing it.
Promise?
Remember, you promised. You're the promoter.
Well, I got you. Listen, in the DMs, I got your word on it. All right, just stand on it. Good luck, handle that business, okay?
I don't know. You know what I mean? You know, Devin's season. I just seen something the other day. Keyshawn was saying it like, you know what I mean? He was calling Devin out when he knew he wasn't even ready. You know what I mean? He was calling Devin out when he was 5-0, knowing he wasn't ready. So that season just...
Devin Haney issues a stern ultimatum to Keyshawn Davis, insisting he forward the fight contract immediately while promising to systematically dismantle him with overwhelming superiority.
Come out swinging, come out wild like he does, but you know, I'm gonna break him down. I'm gonna crush him. I'm gonna step on him.
Regardless of circumstances, Keyshawn Davis and Devin Haney have maintained an intense feud spanning multiple years, driven by personal pride and fierce athletic rivalry.
I was always around Shakur as an amateur and shit. So Shakur introduced me to Floyd, Devin Haney, all that type of shit. So there's a hell of times around Devin Haney, and we 24 fitness playing basketball, regular shit before niggas became celebrities type shit, or just who we are today. And it just never showed. Nigga never even looked me in my eyes. Nigga never showed me respect. Like nigga never. Shakur always like, yo, this nigga Keyshawn, this, that, third. He be like, for real? That nigga still a kid. And like he just never gave me my respect.
He sunned you.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, big nigga, you know goddamn well. Now I'm here, nigga, and everything Shakur been saying, nigga, I lived up to it and then some. Fuck you talking about? And he still like, his father used to. It's crazy because my beginning of my professional career, his father used to be like, oh shit, the businessman.
Keyshawn Davis revealed that battling a performance-enhancing drug user transformed his professional perspective and revealed Devin Haney's vulnerabilities.
He fought a guy with steroids and it changed his whole career. It changed how he talked. It changed everything. So us seeing Devin Haney doing all of this with a person that had 0.1 estrogen, and we all seen that Ryan Garcia was still in there getting tired. It's like, bro, I'm sorry. There's no other word to put this. You're a bitch. Excuse my language. That's how I feel. You're soft. You don't know how to take your L's. You a person that been given everything all your life, a daddy's boy, making sure you've been straight all your life, and now you took your first loss. I feel like you don't really know how to take it. Granted, I wasn't in there fighting Ryan Garcia, but you asked me how I feel. You done took it always as suing and all that extra shit. I feel like, bro, you soft, bro.
Keyshawn Davis continues his impressive streak, demonstrated through his commanding win against Jermaine Ortiz, positioning himself perfectly for the Devin Haney showdown.
Keyshawn Davis goes out and dominates Ortiz, beats him pillar to post, and knocks him out in the 12th round. 11th round body shot put him down. 12th round body shot took him out. I was really impressed with Keyshawn that night. How about you?
Yeah, no, I was impressed because Ortiz was a handful. And I think that's the best I've seen Ortiz fight. We know that he's a championship spoiler, right? If you're not careful with guys like Ortiz, they can win quiet rounds, and next thing you know, you're in trouble in the later part of the rounds. This fight could have turned out that way, but Keyshawn never allowed Ortiz to play the spoiler, and he closed the show. If Keyshawn wouldn't have got that knockout in the end, then I probably would have picked apart that performance a little bit and been like, you know what, man? Keyshawn wasn't at his absolute best. He could have done this. He put it in another gear. It was a big moment, a big stage, but he closed the show, and he never let the spoiler play his role.
Shakur Stevenson commended Keyshawn Davis, explaining he's trained alongside his sibling and various fighters, yet none have reached Keyshawn's exceptional championship caliber.
It's like this, right? It's kind of, I'm not going to say it's kind of unfair.
What you mean?
It's unfair for these fighters to the point where that's really my brother, and we could really help each other.
Tommy Smalls offered his analysis on the escalating conflict between Devin Haney and Keyshawn Davis, emphasizing how proper timing and fight readiness are crucial elements in professional boxing. He remembered when Keyshawn was challenging Devin during his early career phase around his 5th professional bout, indicating Keyshawn might have lacked sufficient preparation during that period. Smalls recognized that experience and proper seasoning are essential before fighters accept major challenges. However, he noted both Devin and Keyshawn have spent comparable time developing in the sport, making their future confrontation particularly compelling. Smalls anticipates an entertaining bout that will captivate boxing audiences. He questioned whether weight divisions might affect the final result, mentioning his initial expectation that Devin would face Shakur Stevenson first. Regardless, Smalls views this potential matchup as unavoidable and thrilling.
47 for me, so it is what it is. You know what I mean? I gotta see everybody above me. You know what I mean? If you're not above me, I ain't worrying about you. If you got one of them belts, I'm on that ass. You know what I mean?
Do you like to hear that? Like hearing more guys at 140 or the big name dudes jump into your division?
Yeah, big name. I thought you was about to say just, I don't want just anybody just moving up to 47. Ain't gonna do nothing but get crowded. But the bigger names ain't doing nothing but making more opportunity. You know, they gonna be, everybody scanning each other. And them coming up, they gonna have to be looking for somebody that's above them. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. I'm ready to get it on.
In your opinion, who wins that fight if it were to occur?
Out of who?
Devin and Keyshawn.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Keyshawn was saying it like, you know what I mean? He was calling Devin out when he knew he wasn't even ready. You know what I mean? He was calling Devin out when he was 5-0, knowing he wasn't ready. So that season just, they play a part. You know what I mean? But they both been in the game about the same time, man. It's going to be a good fight. It's going to be a good fight for sure.
Do you think the weight is going to play a role?
I honestly thought Devin and Shakur would end up fighting first. You know what I mean?
Me too.
I thought they would end up fighting first, but
Davis maintained complete authority throughout the entire contest, dictating the fight's tempo while systematically wearing down Ortiz through calculated precision. He executed a diverse offensive strategy incorporating body jabs, devastating hooks, crushing uppercuts, and perfectly timed combination sequences, applying relentless forward pressure that prevented Ortiz from establishing any comfortable fighting rhythm. The bout concluded spectacularly, with Davis delivering a 12th round knockout following a series of punishing body shots. This represented a defining victory on boxing's biggest platform, showcasing his technical abilities alongside his capacity to deliver decisive finishes during critical moments. The triumph established Davis's standing as an emerging powerhouse within the division, clearly demonstrating his readiness for elite-level competition.
And he had a good game plan, Jermaine Ortiz, and he's just not that guy. He's come up short now 3 times on the biggest stage possible. No shame losing to Loma, Lopez, and Keyshawn, but when you're getting knocked out in the last round, that's when you start questioning your stance in the top of the game. But that's credit Keyshawn, man. He closed the show and he looked incredible.
I thought Keyshawn was really good. He obviously filled out the weight really well. He is a strong 140-pounder. Body work has become his MO. You go back to the Dennis Baranchik fight, knocked down Baranchik, kind of went the same way. Knocked down Baranchik in the 3rd round with a body shot, knocked him out in the 4th round. This time was the 11th and the 12th round for Jermaine Ortiz. I would disagree with you that I didn't like Ortiz's game plan. I thought he should have moved a lot.
Boxing analysts project that by 2026, the sport's most captivating matchup could feature Keyshawn Davis against Devin "The Dream" Haney. Extended tensions have developed between Davis, his family members, and Haney through ongoing verbal confrontations that have intensified public interest. Although Haney has been connected with potential opponents like Gervonta Tank Davis and Mario Barrios, many experts suggest a clash with Keyshawn would generate significantly more entertainment value and financial success. Davis, currently reigning as the 35-pound champion, has delivered performances that audiences found more engaging than Shakur Stevenson's efforts, with his ascension redirecting discussions toward premium-level contests.
Keyshawn Davis brothers and Devin "The Dream" Haney. I believe in the 147-pound division that a Keyshawn Davis versus Devin Haney will be just as interesting, just as lucrative than any of those fights that we mentioned. A potential fight with Rolly Romero, potential fight with Devin Haney and Crocker. I think Keyshawn Davis and Devin Haney will be a way better fight than that. Mario Barrios, I think that Keyshawn Davis and Devin Haney promo will be way better than the Mario Barrios and Devin Haney. And of course, those are unification bouts, but we also in the landscape of boxing in which belts don't matter as much. It don't matter as much. It matters, but it don't matter as much. Keyshawn Davis was already a champion in the 135-pound division, and where he performed very, very well.
Moving to 147 pounds elevates the competitive intensity considerably. Boxing experts emphasize that championship belts carry less significance in the current landscape. The primary factors are celebrity appeal, fighting style, and audience connection. Davis contributes Olympic credentials, precise technique, and aggressive forward momentum. Meanwhile, Haney provides tactical mastery and established championship pedigree. Their combination produces a stylistic contrast guaranteed to create explosive action. Some analysts describe it as Davis pursuing Haney while refusing to retreat from the confrontation. With Bill Haney managing Devin's professional trajectory and Keyshawn determined to establish his legacy, the marketing campaign alone could match any title unification event. Summer 2026 anticipates this battle becoming a sport-defining spectacle.
The performances that Keyshawn Davis has is really more entertaining than the performance that Shakur Stevenson had. We were talking about Shakur Stevenson and Tank in the 135-pound division, but as Keyshawn kept emerging, he was already a conversation of Shakur, Keyshawn, and Davis, Keyshawn. Of course, we got Andy Cruz. They're going to be facing Murataya on the 24th, but look like that fight is not gonna happen. The primary fight for Keyshawn Davis now, in my opinion, is Devin the Dream Haney at 147 because that's his plans. The primary fight for a Devin Haney, in all actuality, should be now a Keyshawn Davis. If Keyshawn Davis is willing to fight you and they call in and Devin Haney and Bill Haney, shout out to Bill Haney, he's done a wonderful job as a manager, they're saying that they Debo, well, Keyshawn Davis is Craig and Keyshawn Davis is running towards Debo, right?
Bernie Thoughtboxer shared his candid assessment of Keyshawn Davis, challenging Devin Haney, expressing both appreciation for Haney's abilities and respect for Davis's potential. Bernie confirmed witnessing Haney's sparring sessions and understanding his ring intelligence, characterizing him as an experienced professional competitor. Nevertheless, when pressed for his prediction, Bernie favored Davis. He detailed how Davis's aggressive approach, his ruthless mindset, and his destructive instincts distinguish him from others, featuring lightning-fast hands, intelligent punch combinations, and eagerness for intense exchanges. Davis possesses the competitive fire that Bernie believes could provide the decisive advantage.
You know, he's a seasoned pro in there, so, you know, it's a great fight. I want to see the fight, but I'll favor Keyshawn just on the strength that I love how Keyshawn fights. I love his meanness. I love, like I say, his kill mentality. He has great hand speed, like I say, great punch selection. And he's willing to mix it up in there. So I would favor Keyshawn, but it's just a fight that I would love to see.
I mean, knowing that Devin Haney fight could be such a big fight down the line, do you would rather see Keyshawn in a fight at 147 first before tackling Devin Haney? What'd you think?
No, just give him what he wants.
Give him what he wants.
You know, all the talking, just give him what he wants. If that's what he said, then just do that. You know, sometimes we just got to listen what they say and give them what they want, you know.
Bernie rejected suggestions about waiting for Davis to compete at 47 pounds before arranging the Haney bout. He argued that if Davis desires the fight, negotiations should proceed immediately. He stressed that Davis has already achieved stardom as an Olympic silver medalist and world champion, eliminating any justification for delaying opportunities. Bernie characterized Davis as prepared for unleashing his full potential and receiving the high-profile chances he's requesting. He referenced the post-fight interaction involving Conor Benn and Shakur Stevenson, acknowledging the existing tension while emphasizing Davis's clear objectives. He's targeting the division's biggest names, with Haney leading that priority list.
Keyshawn's a star. Like I say, he's a silver medalist. He's a world champion already, been a world champion already. There's no more holding back for him now. Just let him go. Let him off the leash, you know?
After the fight, Conor Ben comes into the ring. They talk, have some words, but Shakur Stevenson said, I want to put that same rehydration clause you put on Chris Eubank. Tell me, what did you get out of that moment in the ring?
Well, I heard on the press conference where I think it was his manager said that, that was a clown move, but I think Shakur invited that, I don't even know if I would have said all that about Conor being right then, but I think he really wants that fight. He really wants the money for the fight. He been saying that, and now he came through victorious.
Boxing analysts consider the prospective battle between Devin Haney and Keyshawn Davis among the sport's most fascinating potential matchups. Haney recently acknowledged the challenge through social media posts, expressing his readiness to face Davis while generating tremendous fan enthusiasm. Davis maintains his perfect professional record with 14 victories, 10 achieved through knockout power, while Haney records 34 wins, including 15 stoppage victories. These statistics demonstrate Haney's extensive experience and activity level, though Davis's knockout ratio represents a significant threat. Physical measurements favor Haney slightly in height and reach, measuring 5 feet 9 inches with 72-inch reach versus Davis at 5 feet 8 inches with 70-inch reach. Experts suggest Davis delivers superior punching force, while Haney excels through defensive skills, effective jabbing, and distance management. Following Davis's recent triumph over Jermaine Ortiz, some believe Haney's technical abilities would counter Davis's aggressive style, creating an elite-level strategic confrontation.
Devin Haney took to social media and responded, and he said, Keyshawn, as you can see here, let's do it. Let's make it happen. Right? Now, Keyshawn is now 14 wins, no losses, no draws, 10 wins by way of knockout. Devin is 34 wins, no loss, no draw, 15 wins by way of knockout. So Devin got more knockouts than Keyshawn actually has fights. Devin is about 5'9", with about 72-inch arm reach. Keyshawn is about 5'8", with a 70-inch arm reach. Keyshawn has more power. Devin Haney has shown that he's a better pure boxer. I think Devin Haney's defense is better than Keyshawn's. Devin Haney's going to control him with his jab, his distance, his range, and his counterpunch ability. I think this is going to be the most skilled, talented fighter that Devin Haney has fought outside of Lomachenko. Right? Lomachenko is so accomplished, so skilled, so talented. But I just think that Keyshawn is bigger, has more power than Lomachenko, and just as talented and skilled as Lomachenko. I think Keyshawn is more skilled and talented than Regis Prograis and Brian Norman Jr., but they got more power than Keyshawn does.
Greg Hackett provided detailed analysis of Keyshawn Davis's performance against Jermaine Ortiz, emphasizing the tactical approach and mental discipline that determined the outcome. He revealed that during training camp, Khan and Keyshawn recognized that Ortiz performs optimally when establishing his preferred rhythm and controlling fight tempo. Through constant forward pressure, Keyshawn prevented Ortiz from settling into comfortable patterns.
Keyshawn kept the pressure. Him keeping that pressure wasn't allowing Jermaine to get set and set up whatever he needs. He did a great job pressing him. The jab to the body, the right hand to the body, the hooks, uppercut, everything he did was good. It was with pressure, and I think that was the main factor. He kept the pressure on him. The 1-2 now.
Keyshawn's timing is fucking incredible. Like coming off the layoff, right? Coming up to another division. In my mind, I'm thinking that was going to be the first thing to suffer. But he had his timing from round one.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't nothing for him really to pick up on because Jermaine Ortiz is a rhythm fighter. He got to feel good to get his shot off. I mean, he gotta know that you slowed down for him to get his shot off.
Hackett commended Keyshawn's offensive diversity, incorporating body jabs, downstairs right hands, hooks, and uppercuts, all delivered through relentless advancing momentum. This pressure strategy proved essential, maintaining Ortiz's discomfort while preventing his typical offensive setups. Hackett particularly noted Keyshawn's remarkable timing precision despite the extended layoff and divisional transition. Most observers expected timing issues following an activity, yet from the opening round, Keyshawn demonstrated sharp accuracy. Since Ortiz relies on rhythm-based fighting, he required his opponent to decrease intensity for creating opportunities, but Khan and Keyshawn never provided that opening. Hackett observed how Keyshawn pursued the stoppage during later rounds, even while maintaining comfortable scorecards, displaying hunger and determination. The sustained pressure, precise timing, and refusal to coast ultimately overwhelmed Ortiz. Hackett's breakdown perfectly captured why Keyshawn's performance was genuinely impressive.
That was the main thing, keeping that pressure. Stayed in his face. That was very important.
He seemed to be pressing for the stoppage. Late rounds, he predicted the stoppage. Even when he had to fight, like he was comfortably ahead, he kept pressing the gas. He kept pressing the gas. Did you know that he was going to get Maine out of there late?
I didn't know he was going to get him out late. I knew it was a possibility, especially the way he was hitting him to the body. He was landing good, clean shots to the body, and you could tell Jermaine ain't like it. And I had tweeted after the second round, and I said all Keyshawn got to do is keep going to the body, and that's what ultimately ended it. The body work. I mean, you could tell he's just a lot better. He's just a lot better fighter than what Jermaine is used to. I think the size. It's not that Keyshawn is a real big guy, but his approach is like a big guy.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned until next time.